My name is Isabella Rapaccioli. I'm a rising senior in the Law and Marketing Pathways at Alliance Academy for Innovation, and I was born and raised here, but my parents are immigrants from Nicaragua.
Hi, my name is Raima Vadanam. I am a rising junior at Alliance Academy for Innovation, and I was born and raised here, and my parents are immigrants from India.
Hi, my name is Siddharth Sikakoli. I'm a rising senior at Alliance Academy for Innovation, and I'm in the legal pathway. And I was also born and raised here, but my parents grew up in India. So I'll talk a little bit about who we are, Project Vikas. And so me and a few others started this initiative to ensure that people in rural places around the world have access to legal representation, an often overlooked idea and issue. We wanted to basically combat that issue with students and student-led initiatives. And so by creating events like these, we wanted to spread the word and put exposure onto this issue, because we believe that this issue is not talked about enough. And another way that we gain support is by getting donations from various individuals and contributors to make sure that people in India can have access to that representation, and we support local aids around the world.
Over the past couple months, we've partnered with numerous businesses in our area, such as authentic Indian restaurants and IT firms, and all in our mission to raise money to ensure that these legal aids have the funds to operate so that everyone, regardless of their social or economic standing, has access to legal representation. And we hope to do so more in the future. With events like these to raise awareness about the issue, we are encouraging people to donate and support from their side of the community for this often overlooked but incredibly important issue of ensuring that everyone has access to representation.
Another facet of our community connection has been working with the student nonprofits that you see behind us here. At Project Vikas, we're not just about directly helping better legal aid in India, we're about helping each other out. And that starts with seeing other inspiring ideas from other young leaders like us and empowering them, helping each other to create the change that we want to see in the world. Another way in which we're doing that is through our volunteer and intern programs. We have several who are on site with us here today, but we have an intern program that stretches all throughout the nation. We have dozens of students of all ages who are joining us in helping better legal aid in rural India and overall promote human rights in as many ways as possible.
So Project Vikas is a student-led nonprofit that stems from Atlanta, but we overreach all the way to rural parts of India, as our partners are actually from there. So as of now, we have started this a few months ago, and so far we have connected to a lot of legal aids in India, but we plan on in the future to reach out to various more other legal aids around the world.
So there's many ways that people can help us no matter where they are in the country. One way that we've been reaching out to people is through our business partnerships. So if anybody has a small business or just a business in general that would be interested in partnering with Project Vikas, we have a website, projectvikas.org, and you can stop by there and fill out a form to essentially reach out to us and inquire about business partnerships. And our business partners essentially donate to us, and we market them on our website as a way of showing of how they care for the community. Anybody can help us out as well through donating through our website or just simply following us on Instagram, because that's where we post about new opportunities and new ways that we engage with the community.
We organize book donations, present library building efforts, and community outreach through fundraising, book drives, and social media.
We are helping both in the United States and India. Looking forward, we are looking to potentially expand our efforts, but for right now, our focus is primarily in those two countries. And adding on to Rama's point about ways to get engaged, we would be happy to welcome you as a volunteer and intern. We've specialized, as of now, focus on specifically for legal and marketing interns and legal volunteers as well. But also, donating is always just a great way, even if you're somebody our age, whether it be $100, $50, or even $10, $15, it makes a huge difference, because if you think about it here, that may not seem like a lot, but if you convert that to rupees and you give that to the legal aid clinics who are doing such hard, unsupported yet valuable work on the ground right now, it truly does mean the world. So any way you're supporting, whether it be online by staying engaged with our social pages, donating, or joining our team, we'd be happy to have you, and we appreciate every effort you put in to support the work that we're doing.
The motive behind this event was to ensure that this issue that we raise is seen by all. So one of our two core tenets is awareness. Spreading that awareness is through these events that we host. So obviously partnering with other nonprofits and creating some sort of way that the audience, the public, can get aware and see this actual issue that we are combating, we're trying to solve. Now, as we've said before, this issue is somewhat overlooked. And so by repeatedly hosting events like this, using social media as a way to promote our message, we'd be able to really expose this idea and ensure that everyone is aware of that this idea actually exists.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your organization and some of the impact that you've been able to achieve in our community?
Yeah, I'd love to. So our organization is called Future Lead. What we do is we realize that when we do education and when we go through the education system, it's so boring. Sitting in front of a presentation as someone talks for like an hour straight, it's tiring and it's not fun. So what Future Lead does is we make it better. We teach middle schoolers business and leadership concepts by actually having them interact and engage. We put students in the shoes of real-world leaders to let them feel like what it is actually like to lead something. So we do this through collaboration, allowing them to lead discussions, and through many different things that, again, like I said, put them in the shoes of leaders. Because in the end, the best way to learn anything is through interaction and through actually doing something. And that's what Future Lead does. We do competitions where people might come up with their own fake business as a team and pitch it to judges. For example, our last event, we had them come up with a marketing campaign and pitch it to an actual CEO. So what Future Lead really is a place where we make education better and something that can help students unlock the true innerness of business and leadership skills.
Then I am VP Social Media for Future Lead. I'm in charge of all the posts that go on Instagram and all of that. And here at Future Lead, we also do competitions and stuff to interact with the children, so they're not just bored with lectures that are being taught to them. We give them competitions such as they get to create their own companies and they get to pitch their idea about that company to us, and we get to judge it for them.
So Mind Over Matter initially started off as a mental health campaign for HOSA. We placed 3rd state and 3rd internationally, and what we're trying to do is gain donations for mental health so that we can offer free therapy for those who can't afford it, as well as self-care packages for things like hospitals and nurseries.
We're also partnered with very well-renowned nonprofits, Resilient Georgia. We have a blog post on their website. We also partnered with licensed therapists. She has her own company, and we're just partnering with her and trying to offer free therapy for those who can't afford it.
At ILC and SLC, our job is to present. Our event was to present just a 7-minute presentation about what we did so far and our work. And then in that we showed our fundraisers, our events, and our workshops and how it impacted our community. And through that we got 3rd place at SLC and 3rd place internationally.
This is our nonprofit Choices Transcend Limits, and we are based here in Georgia, and we specifically focus on raising awareness about substance abuse in general, specifically among our high schools. So as you can see, there has been a staggered 800% of fentanyl crisis within Georgia just itself. So we are focusing to help educate, empower, and embed change through advocacy through our club. And we started this club way back in June. And we haven't done much, but we have already planned collaborations with Forsyth County Drug Awareness Council, and we are planning collaborations with Northside Hospital and so on.
Substance abuse is really important to deal with right now, especially while you're still young, because everyone knows the percentage of teens who abuse substances, those people later go on to abuse them later in life, and a lot of fatalities end up with younger people with a history of substance abuse. So what we're trying to do is raise awareness, especially in schools. We want this club to spread so people can realize that their choices can transcend their limits. Right now we are selling scarves for half the money to go to Project Vikas, and the other half is going to go to us. And we're going to spend that money by donating to rehabilitation shelters nearby and making toolkits to help people prevent from going back to substance abuse and breaking the cycle of drug abuse.
When you're talking to other teenagers from other schools or even your school, the drug abuse is really common, and it's is way more normalized than it should be, and it's almost become an instrumental part of high school for some students. You'll talk to them and they'll be like, oh yeah, I did weed the other day, I drank last night, and it's become way more normalized because they don't realize how it's affecting and changing their lives, and they just think it's something that makes them feel good, when really there's a lot of people in jail have suffered from drug abuse or alcohol abuse. So we try and prevent it from even happening, but it is always going to happen. So we also work with rehab centers to make sure and ensure that the people who have gone through drug abuse can hopefully get better.
So my name is Sai.
And I'm Samiha.
And we established Fund a Future. So Fund a Future works to aid underprivileged communities. That's what we've been doing for the past few months. We conducted a food drive where we provided fresh food to anyone who needed it, along with educational kits. These kits contain books, educational tools in which students all underprivileged students could learn from. And we noticed that as the years go on, literacy rates are slowly declining. So we thought this was a very personal issue and something that we should act upon immediately.
We also saw how people from low-income families often work multiple jobs just to keep the income going, and they often don't have time to properly care or educate their kids, which is not their fault. It's a fault in the system. To end this cycle, we decided to fund educational kits for these children, and we aim to fundraise for those by selling necklaces, bracelets, and we have an Amazon wish list in our bio where you can buy materials from, and we will include them in these educational packages. Education is so important because it's the only way you reach new possibilities, and we can have new innovations such as flying cars or something. You never know who the new and next inventor is going to be. That's why we decided to create Fund a Future, because you don't know what a person is going through, and we want to give every person their best shot and the best chance at getting the future they deserve.
Hi, I'm Zainab Fareed. I'm the founder and director of Give Back Atlanta. Give Back Atlanta was started in January 2025, and we basically partner with local nonprofits, organizations, charities, and we cater to their needs. We work with them to run donation drives. We've run over 6 successful donation drives, and we've donated over 600 items. We've also expanded outside of Atlanta, and we have sister chapters in New Orleans, Dallas, Denver, and Mexico. So we're now international.
And I'm a senior team lead here at Give Back Atlanta. And I'm very thankful that I was able to have this position. So as what she said before, we've ran 6 successful donation drives. We've been a main part of that, but these two on the side, Hamza and Sammy, have helped a lot. So I overlook what they do, and so they get donations, and us too as well. And then me and Zainab go drop them off to, for example, we partner with Newer Family Services, and we partnered over with 20 services. So that has helped a lot. And then we've had over 500 items donated just in the Atlanta chapter. So that's excluding Dallas, Mexico, New Orleans, and Denver.
So my name's Kahan.
My name is Aryan,
My name is Sai Konikonti.
So we started because we had a friend named Arhan, and he not only had a heart attack, but unfortunately he had a cardiac arrest as well. Now he's luckily fine, but the reason he's fine was because of the AHA, and because of that, me and Aryan felt personally impacted by that. So we decided to start this initiative at our school, and through the school we've raised $30,000. We've impacted over 20,000 people, and we've also reached out to over 500 organizations. We plan on continuing this work.
So the Wellness Warriors is what we're called at school, because we have a club at Alliance Academy for Innovation, and us as AHA with Arhan, he was doom scrolling on social media because he was feeling that depression that you usually feel when you're lonely and alone. So he found American Heart Association Wellness Warriors is Instagram. He found our Instagram, and he used it as a sort of advice to how to get back to his normal state. So with that, he actually reached out to us, and we found out about his whole story, and we used this story to motivate everyone all around us.
Yeah, we also have many events at school to raise money for the American Heart Association. One of them was Hoops for Heart, and that was one of our biggest ones. We raised $5,000 for this from this event, and we also went to the Capitol and got a bill passed.
Hi, my name is Hansika, and I'm the president and founder here of Amplify. So I really started this idea when I noticed that there was a big divide in the people who knew how to speak and present themselves and the people who didn't. Let's be real, all of us have great ideas, but the difference between getting your idea accepted and rejected is just your pitch. So we're here at Amplify, and we're trying to reduce that divide and eliminate it so that everyone has a fair chance and everyone knows how to speak.
Hi, I'm Suhali, and I'm a co-founder here at Amplify, and one of our biggest missions is to teach confidence that every child needs to protect their ideas and present them to the world. Because one of the main things we notice is that people have ideas, but they need the confidence to speak them. So our mission is to spark that light in young minds to give an opportunity before competitions, before middle school, before they have to actually give their ideas.
Hello, my name is Tanishka Balu, and I'm the VP of Media and Design at Amplify and a co-founder. This summer, we welcomed 60 students into our summer session program, and we focused on 3 engaging units: debate, public speaking, and presentation. And beyond the numbers, our growth lies in the transformation of every student. We're also excited to introduce our August capstone banquet, which celebrates our achievements at Amplify, and we will continue amplifying the voices of tomorrow's leaders.
Hi, my name is Aditi, and I'm the Vice President of Outreach and Engagement at Amplify. And beyond summer sessions, we are planning to do a career fair, a business fair, and a lot of crossovers with other nonprofits. And we also plan on giving out internships and volunteer positions to anyone who's interested. Thank you.
Thanks to all of our sponsors, thanks to everyone, all the nonprofits that came, showed their support, was able to donate everything that just went towards this wonderful cause of all the money going to India, helping inequality, things like that. We just really want to say a brief thank you to that.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys watched the beginning of this video where we introduced all of our nonprofits. We really want to thank them for coming out to us, because without them, this event would not be possible. So a big shout out to them. They allowed our networking event to happen, and they did a great job presenting, I'm sure, as you guys all watched. And I'm going to hand it off to Nevish to close off.
Since this is our first event, we're still learning, adapting, and improving, like I said there. So we're going to have many more events in the future, and I'm glad we finished our first event, networking as much as we could. So yeah, that's all I have to
And
say.
once again, to anyone who sees this and who wants to work with us, you can go to our website, vikasproject.org. Projectvikas.org. You can check us up on LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, all of that. Please feel free to donate. Please feel free to work with us. That'd be amazing.